Lagos, Sokoto to Port Harcourt, Enugu to Ilorin. All across Nigeria, we bring you news and information that will make your day. We are news. We are 24 News Radio TV. From Abuja to Lagos, Sokoto to Port Harcourt, we bring you news your day. We are news. We are 24 News Radio TV. From Abuja to Lagos, Sokoto to Port Harcourt, Enugu to Ilorin. All across Nigeria, we bring you news and information that will make your day. We are news. We are 24 News Radio TV.
Thank you very much for joining us on the news update on 24 News Radio and Television at Dwekiti. My name is Olushola Oyewole. As preparations for next year's gubernatorial election in Ekiti State intensify, residents have been advised to return Governor Abiodun Oyèbánjí to office for the continuity of his shared prosperity agenda. And into the governor, Mrs. Yemi Ayokunle, in a statement, opined that the achievements recorded by the Oyèbánjí administration in the last 2 years should continue. According to the former lawmaker, Governor Oyèbánjí has done well in all sectors of the socio-economic life of the people in line with his 6-point agenda. Mrs. Ayokunle stressed that the present administration's investment in education, health, agriculture, capacity development, provision of infrastructure, and the completion of some abandoned projects showed that the administration has not derailed from what it set out to do. She called on Ekiti people to continue supporting Governor Oyèbánjí in his desire to make the state better than he met it. And in another development, Governor Abiodun Oyèbánjí has charged journalists in Ekiti State to continue reporting with accuracy, fairness, and responsibility. The governor gave the charge in Adó-Ekiti during the Correspondence Chapel of the Ekiti State Council of Nigeria Union of Journalists NUJ 2025 Annual Lecture and Award Ceremony. Governor Oyèbánjí, who was represented by his Special Advisor on Information, Right Honorable Taiwo Latubosum, harped on the importance of verifying information before dissemination. In the same vein, a veteran journalist and former senator representing Ekiti Central Senatorial District, Senator Babafemi Ojudu, urged journalists to develop more interest in human angle studies rather than focusing on politics all the time. The former federal lawmaker also called on government at all levels to collaborate with media professionals for the development of the country. Ojudu, while lamenting the unrewarded, difficult, and life-threatening roles played by media practitioners in entrenching stable democracy in Nigeria, said it was regrettable that journalists in the country were not getting commensurate appreciation in return for their sacrifices, including risking their lives to make democracy work. In the meantime, a stalwart of the All Progressives Congress APC in Ekiti State, Honorable Dare Fayemi, has condemned the recent attacks on supporters of Engineer Kayode Ojo, an APC governorship aspirant at Ikere-Ekiti, describing the incident as terrible and a sign of desperation by Governor Oyèbánjí's camp. Fayemi, a pioneer minority leader in the Ekiti State House of Assembly and a former federal commissioner in the National Population Commission, Abuja, attributed the attacks to Oyèbánjí's alleged directive to the party chairman in the 16 local government areas and 177 wards of the state to shut their doors against all other aspirants. Honorable Fayemi described the event as a terrible thing happening within the APC as a party. According to him, those of them in the camp of Engineer Kayode Ojo stand for the peace, unity, and development of the APC in Ekiti State. Fayemi opined that Oyèbánjí's actions were undemocratic and a clear indication of his unpopularity among a cross-section of party members. He called on Governor Oyèbánjí to comport himself like a true Democrat by virtue of his elected position. Speaking further, Fayemi urged the various security agencies in the state to maintain law and as well arrest those who might disturb the peace, particularly those involved in the recent attack on Ojo supporters at Ikere Ekiti. The Ekiti State Waste Management Authority, ex-WAMA, has revoked the contract of waste managers and private sector participants, PSP operators at Ojaba in Ado, the Ekiti State capital, over their inability to manage the waste disposal process in the area. Speaking with journalists on Friday at the market, Director General of ex-WAMA, Olaso Komi Onikpede, lamented the deplorable condition and non-evacuation of refuse in the area, describing it as an eyesore and a serious embarrassment to the ministry and state government. According to him, this propelled the ministry to deploy 6 trucks and 4 dino bins to evacuate the accumulated waste as part of the ongoing efforts to keep Ekiti clean. He noted that the ministry was supposed to shut down the entire market through legal processes, but preferred to create an enabling environment for the residents for their businesses to thrive. The DG promised to deploy a strong sensitization team within the market to change public attitude towards waste disposal, while also establishing a task force to enforce compliance, ensuring that defaulters face the full weight of the law. The August edition of the monthly environmental sanitation will come up in Ekiti tomorrow between 7 and 10 in the morning. The theme of this month's exercise is Clean Environment, Safe Communities. Movement will be restricted during the exercise except for those on essential duties. Residents are advised to clean their surroundings and properly dispose their waste. Civil servants and other workers are expected to clean their offices today. And the report coming from Efalaye says a supposed husband of one Modupe Ajasi has been arrested at Efalaye over the death of his wife. The man was said to have beaten the woman to death for coming late to the farm. The victim, Modupe Ajasi, reportedly died after she was mercilessly beaten by her supposed husband. According to an eyewitness, the man had flogged the wife severely because she came late to the farm. The report says the woman was heard screaming and begging for mercy while the husband flogged her repeatedly. The woman later slumped by a stream when she was forcefully ordered by the husband to fetch water a few minutes after the beating, as she was too weak due to the serious beating. When contacted by newsmen, the public relations officer at the State Police Command, SP Sunday Abutu, confirmed the incident. The police spokesman affirmed that the husband had been arrested for further investigation. The news update is coming to you from 44 News Radio and Television at Ekiti. To join us, you can download our app on Google Play Store or monitor us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. We'll be back with the rest of the bulletin shortly. Do stay with us. Glad to know you're still with us as we now bring you the rest of the bulletin. Apex Igbo Social Cultural Organization, Ohaneze in Digbo, has declared that any interested son or daughter of Igbo extraction is free to contest the 2027 presidential election. The President General of Ohaneze in Digbo, Senator John Azuta Mbata, made the declaration in a statement he signed. Mbata described Ohaneze as a social-cultural organization of Indigbo and not a political party that can dictate the direction of someone's political ambition. According to him, the body cannot even advise on who should not contest election in 2027 or at any time for that matter. He said any Igbo person who belongs to any political party is free to partake in the next presidential race. According to the President General, any did not originate from Ohaneze Indigbo and should be discountenanced by the entirety of Indigbo. Indigo are therefore advised to continue their lawful political activities in the various political parties of their choice, and membership is stated. And now on to news coming to us from Sokoto State, where the Sokoto State on Thursday, as another boat mishap occurred in Shagari local government area, leaving many passengers fell dead. The unfortunate incident, which has thrown communities into rising cases of boat accidents in the state. This latest disaster brings the number of boat mishaps in Sokoto to 3 within just 1 month. Confirming the incident, the special advisor to Governor Ahmed Aliyu on the Sokoto have already been dispatched to the accident scene for search and rescue operations. He further revealed that SEMA is working in collaboration with the National Emergency Management Agency (NEMA) and the National Inland Waterways Authority (NIWA) to ensure the survivors are rescued and victims recovered. According to reports, the ill-fated boat was carrying several passengers when it capsized, throwing everyone on board into the river. The exact number of casualties is yet to be ascertained, but sources suggest that many lives have been lost. Boat mishaps have become a recurring tragedy in Sokoto State, with experts blaming the lack of motorized boats, poor safety regulations, and non-availability of life jackets as major contributing factors to the frequent drownings. Residents of riverine communities who depend on waterways for transportation have continued to call on authorities to intervene urgently to address the recurring loss of lives. Stakeholders say that the repeated accidents underscore the need for strict enforcement of safety standards, provision of modern boats, and adequate life-saving equipment for passengers. The Sokoto State government, in partnership with relevant federal agencies, is expected to release an official statement on the latest incident after rescue operations are concluded. As families await news of their loved ones, the mood in Shagari and surrounding communities remain tense and grief-stricken, with many calling for lasting solutions to what has become a deadly pattern of water transport tragedies. Before we bring you the foreign news and sports, we'll be taking another break. To stay with us. Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us as we now bring you the foreign news. Thailand's Constitutional Court has removed suspended Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra from office after finding her guilty of ethical misconduct over a controversial phone call with Cambodia's former leader Hun Sen. The ruling today makes Paetongtarn out of office by Thai judges since 2008 and plunges the kingdom into political uncertainty, potentially a snap election. And now on to sports news. Anticipation is building as the 9th edition of the National Youth Games (NYG) officially begins today, Friday, in Asaba Delta State. Athletes from Ekiti State will join contingents from 35 other states, including the Federal Capital Territory (FCT), for the ceremonial march past at the Stephen Keshi Stadium, showcasing Nigeria's rich cultural diversity at the opening ceremony. On Thursday, the screening of athletes was conducted at the main bowl of the Stephen Keshi Stadium, where they were cleared to compete in events such as cycling, volleyball, para-powerlifting, para-athletics, and deaf athletics. However, 3 handball players and 1 goalkeeper from Kwara State were disqualified during the screening process. Meanwhile, competitive events including table tennis, para-table tennis, karate, and weightlifting are scheduled to commence today. And still on sports, Super Eagles coach Eric Schell has released his final 23-man list to prosecute the 2026 World Cup qualifiers against Rwanda and South Africa next month. While there are regulars included, there are also notable omissions. The likes of Bayer Leverkusen duo Victor Boniface and Nathan. Also, Sadiq Umar any part. Goalkeeper Stanley Uwabali makes the final cut, just as defenders Calvin Bassey, Olaoluwa Aina, and Bright Osayi Samuel, midfielder Bashiru, and Frank Oyeka, as well as forward Simon Moses, Samuel Chukwueze, and selected 23 include goalkeeper Stanley from Chippa United South of Vasoge, representing Singida Black Stars, Tanzania of Volos FC Greece. Defenders are William Ekong Troost, Calvin Vesey from Football Club England, Olaoluwa Aina, Nottingham Forest England, Bright Osayi Samuel, Birmingham City England, Bruno Onyemachi, Olympiacos of Greece, Chidozie Awezem, Nantes of France, and Felix Agu, representing Werder Bremen. From Germany is Benjamin Fredericks, and also from Belgium is Benjamin Fredericks, representing Denda FC of Belgium. And on that note, we want to draw the curtain on the news update this evening. We thank you very much for joining us, and don't forget to join us again tomorrow morning, where we shall be coming your way with our lineup of programs. Good evening, and thank you for watching and listening as well.
From Abuja to Lagos, Sokoto to Port Harcourt, Enugu to Ilorin, all across Nigeria, we bring you news and information.